about you playing. I'm gonna do the same thing with Biohazard. In a couple of days, you're playing
Cool.
with is that the entire album or is it different set lists that you can?
Oh, you're saying in
in
New York? You're
yeah.
gonna be there?
I wish I could.
Oh.
No.
No, we're not doing this set list. It'll be a different set list mixed up. You know.
How did you end up playing with Biohazard now that they're? How did it happen?
Well, we've been friends a long time, but agents put these things together. What happens is they know what people want to see. Then they say, hey guys, what if you did this? What if you played with Biohazard in New York? And we're like, you know, that would be big, you know, that would be really good. So that's how it happens. We don't sit at home and go, who do we want to play with, you know?
They choose for you.
Yeah, usually we're always told, oh, you're doing a festival with this so-and-so, so-and-so, you know.
Have they already asked you to do a persistence tour with all this band?
What tour?
Persistence.
No.
Because usually they put like Agony with the other hardcore bands.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that's the funny thing, because Life of Agony really isn't a hardcore band. When you listen to the music, that's the mistake. Just because we're from New York and from that time, people considered us automatically Life of Agony has to be hardcore. The name made people think this, but when you really listen to the music, it's like a metal crossover with the singing. It's not really hardcore.
But still, in the crowds, you usually see the people that you see at the hardcore shows.
Definitely. Yeah, it's that New York staple, that New York brand, you know. Which is great, and we've come from that scene, so we have that hardcore feel to some of our stuff. Don't forget, you know. So it's a mix. It's you know.
Are you still from there, New York?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I've asked Zini Stigma the same questions. What is so special about New York? What is? So
I don't know. You tell me.
I've never been there.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of creative people. I think that's what's special. There's so many people that there has to be a lot of creative people.
But there seems to be something about this city.
Well, also I think people feed off the energy of each other in New York. Not that there's a lot of competition, but that little bit of competition that's taking place in New York creates stronger, more powerful ideas. It manifests, you know, more creativity when you have that big city with a lot of ideas. It's like ideas on top of ideas on top. Everyone is growing constantly, and I think it's like feeding off each other like this big ball of energy, and that's why New York is such a thick, deep place, because there's so much energy, there's so many ideas, there's so many creative people, so many talented people, smart people. It's just like, and it's all together, and it's, you know, it's a creative force, you know, that city. So that's the way I can explain it, why it feels the way it does. I don't know. Growing up there, you always had to be on top of your game. You can't fall behind. If you fall behind in New York, you're done. You're done. You have to always have the next, you know, what's happening, you know, what's happening next.
And is it still like this, or
yeah? Well, honestly, like, I think like after what happened with 9/11, and you know, everyone lost so many friends and family, I think it put a. Is
that something still missing today from this?
No, I think we've come.
Are you?
We've come past it, but it took a bunch of years to, you know, to blow over, yeah, and not that it'll ever just feel like it blew over. It happened, so you know, it'll always be there. But as far as the city goes, we feel that, you know, the city feels like it used to feel again, to an extent. Looking at the skyline, there's always that little void, you know, like not seeing the towers. You know, when you see your skyline, it's different, you know, and that took a while to get used to. Because even from where I am in Brooklyn, you could see, you know, you could see this part of the skyline always, or on our roof, or whatever, you know. So, you know, that took a while, but, and then friends, you know, you lost so many friends, so that, you know, cousins, we have lost cousins, you know, firefighters, friends from when I was small, you know.
Well, for the French people, maybe we don't really realise the impact of this? Because we only saw a picture
on a television, yeah, but if you imagine the magnitude of the actual, it's crazy, crazy. I drive past all the time, and, you know, I'm always saying a little prayer.
Right.
Yeah, always saying, and I've been on the top of the buildings before with my, you know, my wife, and, you know, we've been up there, you know, looking at the, so high, you know, looking at the, it feels like you're looking at the world when you're up there. But, it's pretty crazy, man, pretty crazy. But this, I think what's happening also now is the whole recession thing that the world is in. This whole world recession, whatever the fuck is going on. That also puts a feeling into your cities, and, you know, like, everyone's really trying hard to make a difference, you know, come up with new ideas and bring some things back.
Get over.
But that's not just New York, obviously. That's the whole world, from what we hear on TV. You know, we hear Europe, everyone, you know, we hear everyone is in a recession. So everyone's just trying to do their best to keep their businesses open and scale back a little bit and make things work. And, you know, I have my studio. I have a recording studio back at home.
Could you tell us about it? You've got what's written on the website. Is just the name I forgot.
Method of Groove.
Yeah.
Method of Groove
Can
Studio.
you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's great. Been open 5 years. This year will be 5 years.
And what do you do there?
I'm the owner. I'm the engineer. I do everything. You know, it's my studio. I don't have anybody working there. It's just me.
What
so
do you do? What do you do? The band's coming? And
yeah, record. It's a recording studio. Record albums, and it's just for recording. No rehearsing. Like, I rehearsed there with some of my projects. Like when Peter was alive, we were rehearsing Carnivore. I was in that band, so we would rehearse at Method of Groove. But usually it's just a recording studio. I've had, like, Anthrax had come in when they had the other singer, Dan Nelson, when they were working with Dan. They did the vocals for Dan at my studio, but then it never didn't work out between the two parties, and they separated. But had Sick of It All do a song for Japan. H2O guys came in and did some backing tracks and stuff. Had
it's all right.
Swan Enemy. It's okay. All different cool bands, and then a lot of local and regional bands, of course. But I don't only work out of my studio. I work anywhere. If a band is like, Joey, we want you to come to, like, I'm doing a band in Canada.
What is it called?
In February. It's called Sin Dealer. And they want me to come up to Canada, record with them in Canada, in a studio, and then bring the hard drive, and I mix it in my studio.
And why did they choose you? Why did they choose you?
I don't know. Go call them up. Ask them.
Do you have a special...
I think, well, no, I've only been in the industry, you know, I've been listening and playing, let's put it this way, I've been doing it for like 21 years, but I've been listening to hard rock since I'm 8. So, you know, I think by now I should know what hard rock and, you know, what it should sound like and the impact it should have on a record. So, and then learning from all the producers I worked with when I was recording, when I'm in Life of Agony or Stereo Mode and any band I've been in, I worked with all these big producers, watched what they do.
So you've got the tricks.
And I also went to school for audio engineering and Pro Tools software, and I learned all that. So it's all the knowledge I think I bring to the table is why someone would ask me to work with them and make their record, you know?